Hey, thanks for joining us. I'm Jason with Pastor Dave, and I'm asking questions, and he's giving answers. Paul and James both had a part in writing parts of the Bible. The question I have is, do the two of them in their writings ever contradict one another?
Yeah, that good question. I think that's probably what they've been charged with through the years, because it seems as though James is coming from the idea that can a man say that he is saved by simple faith, and it's an obvious answer that he's leaning towards is that no, that a man's saved obviously by faith that is seen in his works. And then Paul talks about a faith in Christ that brings salvation, and that completes that work of God in your heart is through your faith in the finished work of Jesus Christ. So those two books. Actually, I think it was Martin Luther. I'm not certain on this, but I think it was Martin Luther that refused to even read the book of James because it sounded like he was robbing grace. But the idea is absolutely one of the most foundational truths that every Christian really needs to grasp. But that's exactly what grace is. That's what coming to Christ is really about. I always think of it like a two-sided coin. You come by grace, you come by the mercy of God through faith in Jesus Christ, then you don't add to that. You can't add anything to that. No works, nothing that I have done to achieve that. It's not because of my church attendance or because I've been a good boy or a bad boy. It's just I gave my heart through faith to Jesus Christ. And that's where salvation comes. It brings us, and it's a finished deal. No man could add to that. But the other side of the coin is when a man comes by faith through the grace that's offered through Jesus Christ, it always changes your life. Mm-hmm. And so there will be works. And that's the book of James. Paul's on this end of it, describing the simplicity of the gospel. And James is on this side of it, saying, now, wait a minute, if you really come by faith, there should be changes in your life. Mm-hmm. And it answers a lot of questions, I think, for folks who come and they attend church and they feel like they signed a card or they became a member in a church or were baptized and somehow they're in. Well, the truth of it is if you've come by faith, your life is going to change. It doesn't mean you're perfect, mm-hmm. but you're going to begin to change. And James clears it up, I think, as far as really blending the two together, where he says that be not hearers of the word only, but be doers. And the idea is that is exactly what happens with this two-sided coin of the story of grace. As you come by faith in Jesus Christ, the Spirit of God comes and abides within your heart and your desires and your plans and your dreams. Everything begins to change and mold by the dwelling of the Spirit of God. Now He begins to change your life. So the evidence of a born-again believer is the book of James. The story of grace is the book of Paul, and I would say of Paul's writing. So it's actually saying the same thing.
So do they contradict one another? I think you just answered that question. I don't think I need to add a whole lot to that. So, but get into both of those writings and see what each of them have to say about how they work together, how they coexist together. And as Dave said, once you come to Christ and give Him your heart, your life changes, and then fruitful works come through that. So hey, like this video or comment on it. Thanks for joining us.